Welcome to another edition of Rational Alchemy, though today we could probably call ourselves Rational Music, if not Rational Modelling. I'm joined at the table today by Shawan-na. Shawan-na, welcome.
Thank you so much, Nigel. It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
I know that you were in the modelling industry because that's how we met.
Indeed.
So tell me a little bit about why the music, why the mask?
Well, music has always been in my soul. The instant that I can remember, I have been singing, I've been humming, I've been performing. The mask has a few stories, and that's part of what you find out in my music.
So
but,
the music sort of expresses, shall we say, your personality?
Or personalities.
Ah, okay. So you were in modelling for how long?
I was modeling I modeled back in the late 90s, briefly, and no internet. So I'm like, hey, guys, pick me, and I said, no, let's go to school. Went to school, so I had about a 20-year absence from modeling, music, performance in general. And then when I came back, modeling kind of fell in my lap. It was an accident, a happy accident,
Mm-hmm.
And it was just a friend of mine who had a magazine, and we got to talking, and she says, hey, do you want to model in my magazine? And I'm like, hey, sure, I'm 38, but I'll do it. And that, ironically, comes to the mask.
Oh, really?
So I had a condition called Bell's palsy. Woke up one day, half my face was paralyzed. Had to use my finger to blink. I was drooling, I could go on and on. But long story short, after a lifetime of having people look at my face, I didn't want them to look at my face anymore. And so being a performing artist, I needed something.
I would never have guessed.
Thank
really
you.
Wouldn't. That's
Thank
amazing. You. So, okay, so you've now sort of no longer in the modelling side, though I believe you're still involved in the modelling side, and we'll come to that in a minute. How long have you actually studied music?
Studied music, I would say, since high school. And, I was in classical choir, I was in jazz choir, trained by a man who, all of his children went to Juilliard. And, jumped around here and there, sang in the church choir, did a little bit. And then when I started modeling, I got into the music scene. I wanted to bring it back to a little bit more classy of a time.
Mm-hmm.
And so we got that together, and then my love for music just took back over, and that's just what we're doing now.
Did you find it difficult getting used to recording music? Because it's a studio setup, and it's very different from the modelling world.
Indeed.
So how did you get on when you first sort of went into the studio and say, now we're going to record a song?
I didn't really have a lot of guidance in the beginning. Not a lot of people really looked at me as a musician, and so trying to be heard as a musician rather than a model was difficult. Long story short, I went into the booth and didn't know anything, and I'm singing and I'm cracking and I'm nervous and I'm shaking and there's nobody guiding me. And DJ Stavros is there, Wu-Tang Clan, and he comes in there and he's a Wu-Tang DJ, and he says, grabs me, straightens me up, he pushes my diaphragm, he says, now sing. Have you guys ever seen Sing?
No.
She gets up there and she goes, that was me. I was so petrified of coming back to the stage. And now, well, you've heard my music.
Definitely different. And I got to admit, when I first heard it, really impressive.
Thank you so much.
Really impressive. I know everyone here has actually heard it, and we all said, yes, that works. And the simplicity of the graphics that Cross put on there was brilliant. Because quite often you're watching a video and you can get distracted from the music because of what the video is showing.
Yeah.
This just blends in. I just love the way you did it. We mentioned the fact that you're still sort of involved in the modelling world.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about Mile High Talented.
Well, Mile High Talented is a networking company, management company for models. We are geared more towards disabled models of all kinds now, and cosplay. So getting more into characters. Yeah.
The cosplay world is a very interesting world when you actually look at it from the top down.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get back to the music side of it. Now, you've just finished your first project.
Yes, yes.
What are in the plans for the future?
The next project that'll be coming out is called Pure Ecstasy. It should be out in the spring.
Okay.
Yeah. It's my solo debut EP. So the first...
Oh, extended play. I have not heard EP forever.
Yeah, started with the single, Disappear, which it's a whole beautiful thing. Mm-hmm. And I think we're getting up to 8 songs now.
Excellent. Where do you post your music? I'm sure you must post it on YouTube.
Absolutely. Everywhere.
Everywhere?
The easiest place to find everything, is 80generations.com.
Oh, okay.
So you can find me on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Music, anywhere and everywhere. And I'm nowhere at the same time.
Yeah.
Phantom.
The Phantom. Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah, that I have to admit did play a part in The Mask.
Oh, really?
I mean, being trained with somebody who is very classically opera and their family. And I've always loved the Phantom of the Opera.
Let's talk a little bit about collaboration with Chris Calico.
Very good. Yes, Chris Calico.
So how's the collaboration with them work?
I was presented the opportunity myself with 80 Generations and DJ Stavros, again, Wu-Tang. I'm always Wu-Tanging it out. That's coming out of my mouth whether I like it or not. That's my family. And that's Judah. That's Judah Priest. And he's founded 144,000 Chosen Few as well. Chris Calico, formerly of Strange Music with Tech Nine and all of the Midwest rappers and hip-hop artists, really the more well-known and popular ones anyway. And he is now with his own company, Earhouse. And, they were able to work out a collaboration. And DJ Stavros, again, after I had one with DMX, another backstory there, presented me with Chris Calico, who I've been a fan of since I was a teenager. And, he's a great man. I've met him. He's brilliant, and I love his voice, and it's perfect.
Wonderful. So we talked about your next project. So roll on spring, as they say, because that's when we get to hear it. Okay. Now, it's funny because I wrote this down, and it's, what do you want the fans and world to know?
I would say just to know there's nothing that you cannot achieve with faith in something and perseverance through everything. And I'm living proof of things that people said were impossible. I had 20% chance of survival at birth. More stuff in my music.
Wow. That's sort of like sinking in.
Thank you.
And how about a message to the public as a whole? People that are... Why does someone say, you know what, I want to listen to her music?
Because I'm real. I am so real, it's annoying.
Where do you want to be in 5 years?
Wow, 5 years. I anticipate I'll be jumping countries and running around performing all over the world.
Perfect. I think you're ready for it as well.
I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
I know you're ready.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Have you ever thought about going back into modeling?
Oh, I still model when
you do
when
still
I get
model.
a chance. It's just that I don't have time or enough of me to do all the things I want to do.
That's true.
So when I get a chance, if I have time.
Yep.
Yeah. And then, but honestly, I get to model because I have to do photo shoots for my album, my, my cover
Right.
for my singles, and I mean, I've been asked by several different places to do production for, fashion series.
Mm-hmm.
So I can jump in anytime, and I've got friends all over the fashion world.
Right. And I suppose when you think about it, in some ways, the modeling world and the music world actually have got really close ties.
Much more integrated.
Than people realize.
They do. And you know what's really cool is people find their artistic passions through modeling. I've seen that a lot.
Okay.
That was how directors and actors and people came to me, was because of my modeling, my editorial work.
Right.
So yeah, so it's just, it kind of bleeds everywhere. And if you look and you pay attention, you'll find gold that
Right.
you could never put a price on.
I've had a couple of models come up to me who are just starting off. Any advice you can give me? Yes.
Absolutely, yeah.
Well, actually,
sure.
what I have told them, and I'd be interested to see whether you agree or not.
Okay.
What I have told them on many an occasion is that find a community theatre, go along and audition for a show.
I love that.
Get used to being under lights. Get used to people saying, do this, do that, do the
Beautiful.
other.
Yeah.
Because that is theatre and that is modelling.
That is modeling.
And a lot of people don't seem to realise this, but as soon as you are in front of a camera, you are an actor.
You are, whether you like it or not.
Whether you like it
Yeah.
or not. And it doesn't matter if you're doing the 9 o'clock news or doing a round table interview like this. You
Yeah.
are still
An actor.
an actor. Before we wrap this up, do you have any final words?
Oh, man. Stay tuned, man. I have so much more coming, and touring, and people from many different popular / famous places that we're going to be intertwined with. So keep your eyes on me, man. I'm not going anywhere, but
And that's always the good direction to go in. That was Shawan-na, and it's been a pleasure talking to her. We could have this conversation go on for hours just talking about specific aspects of modelling or even specific aspects of music. And we will in the future. But for now, that's another edition of Rational Alchemy. Or was it Rational Music?
Rational modeling.
Or was it Rational Modelling?